Hello viewers, this Dow Too Fast here. Now if you follow my channel, you know I've been running a Uniden R3 radar detector for several years now, and I've been very happy with the performance of the R3. It's great at detecting police radar over a mile away. Now Uniden has a higher model radar detector that has directional arrow indicators, and with that it'll tell you where the radar signal is coming from, either from the front, back, or the side. This model is a Uniden R7, and in this video I'll go over the features of this Uniden R7 and show you the difference between the R3 and the R7. So let's get started. Let me show you the unboxing of this Uniden R7 radar detector. Looking at the box, it tells you it has 50% faster processor. This is an extreme long-range radar laser detector. At the bottom it lists the features it has: radar arrow alert using dual antenna, 360-degree laser detection, large ultra-bright OLED display, digital signal processor, GPS for red light camera, voice alert, advanced KKA filter, mute memory, and Spectre Elite undetectable. Let's open this up. Here we have some manuals. This is English. There's a Spanish manual and a French manual. The R7 comes in this very nice carrying case. Inside this pouch is a Uniden R7 radar detector. Right here is a windshield mount with the 2 suction cups. There's also a windshield mount with 1 suction cup. There's a 12-volt cigarette lighter power cable. And right here is a USB data cable. You can use this to upgrade the firmware. Here's a look at everything you get with this Uniden R7. Before we take a closer look at the R7, I want to give you a comparison look of the size and design of the Uniden R3, Uniden DFR9, and the R7 right here. As you can see, the R7 is a lot bigger than the R3, but is similar in size to the DFR9 except for the angle display here. The button layout between the R3 and the DFR9 are very similar. On the top, you have the power, menu, volume minus, and volume plus. Same thing for the DFR9. Also on the front, you have the mute dim button and the mark button. Same on the DFR9. On the R7, they place these top buttons along a single row. So here you have the menu, volume minus, volume plus, and power button. And the mute dim button is moved to the side right here. And next to it is the mark button. And here's a closer look at the R3 and the R7. Let's have a closer look at this Uniden R7 radar detector. Over here is a phono jack for audio output. So if you're a motorcycle rider, you can plug a headset to this. Looking at the front, the display you see here is angled towards the driver. Over here is the rear-facing horn antenna. So this radar detector has 2 antennas. One horn antenna faces the front, and the other one faces the rear. And that's how it's able to give you arrow display. When a strong signal is being received from the front, then the front arrow will illuminate. If the signal is being received from the back, then the back arrow will illuminate. Now if the front and rear antenna are receiving the same signal strength, then the display will show you side arrows. At the top here, this is a sensor for laser detection. Here's a look on this side. Over here is a micro USB connector. You use this to upgrade the firmware. Next to it is RJ11 connector. This is where you plug in your power cable. And here's a look at the back. Looking at the top, this is where you install the windshield mount. To install this onto the windshield mount, all you have to do is slide this onto the mount, and it'll click in place. To release it, press this button here, then slide it out. Now if you are upgrading from R3 or DFR9 to the R7, the windshield mount design is a little different. You'll notice on the left side, I have the R3 windshield mount, and you'll notice the tongue is shorter than the one on the R7. Now the R3 windshield mount will still fit, but if you put this against the windshield, the back of the radar will extend too far out and hit the windshield. Here's the R7 windshield mount. As you can see at this angle, the windshield is right here. Here's a side-by-side look of the cigarette lighter power cable. The one on the left is for the R3 and the one on the right is for the R7. Now both still have the mute button and the USB charge port in the middle, but if I turn it this way, you'll notice the one for the R7 has an angled design in keeping with the design of the R7. To power this on, plug the power cable with the RJ11 connector into the radar detector.
X-band, K-band, Ka-band, laser.
When it comes to installing the radar detector in my vehicle, I actually don't use a suction cup mount that comes with the unit. Instead, I've installed my own rearview mirror mount, and the Uniden radar detector easily slides on and off this mount. I do have a video showing you how I install this mount, so if you're interested, check out the link below. Here's my Uniden R3. Let me take it out. And it fits. I'll turn on the ignition. Now with the Uniden R7 radar detector, there are many different settings you can set this to. And depending on where you drive and the city you're in, you probably need to tweak the settings so it's applicable for the type of radar that's used in your area. Let me go over the current setting I have on this R7. To go into the menu, press the far left button on the top.
Expert menu.
If you press that button again, you can toggle between Expert and Basic. Now the Expert menu will give you a few more adjustments.
Expert menu.
First menu item is Advanced. Now you can toggle between Highway, City,
Advanced.
and back to Advanced. I'm going to go into Advanced menu. If you press the menu button, you can decrease the sensitivity of the X-band all the way down to 30%. Next menu item, K-band. You can also press a menu button to reduce the sensitivity. This Ka-band. Rear balance. GPS is on. Speed camera is on. Red light camera is on. With the red light camera, I'll use a database that's in the firmware and your GPS coordinate to tell you where the red light camera is. RLC quiet ride. This red light camera quiet ride is set to 50 miles per hour. So if you're driving below 50 miles per hour, it will not sound the alert. Voice is on. Ka frequency is off. If you turn this on, then it will announce the frequency of the Ka band. Expand, I've set this to off. K band is on. Ka band is on. Laser is on. K-pop is off. MRCD is off. K-pop is off. K-filter is on. K-filter is off. TSF is on. K-block is a notch filter that will help reduce the BSM or blind spot monitoring false alerts. So for this, you want to turn this on. If you press the menu button, you can turn this off. K-band set to narrow. K is wide. K priority. You can toggle between signal priority or Ka priority. For mute memory, I've set this for XK and Ka band. Off threat is on. Color is amber. If you press a menu button, you can change the color. Arrow color. Band color. Time display. So on the LCD, it'll display the time. Scan icons off. Display will display the speed you're traveling at. Alert display number 1. Speed unit is miles per hour. You can toggle to kilometers per hour.
Mile per hour.
Expand tone. Here you can change the sound. K-band tone. K-band tone. Bogey tone. Laser tone. Auto mute is on. Auto mute volume. Here you can change auto mute volume. Rear K mute is on. Dark mode is dimmer. You can toggle the dark mode at night, dimmer, bright, dim, and dimmer. Auto dim setting. You can set the bright level to bright, dim, or dimmer. For me, I've set the quiet ride to 55 miles per hour. By pressing a menu button, you can change the speed. If you're traveling less than this speed, it will automatically quiet the alert. Quiet ride beep volume. Limit speed is off, so here you can set a speed alert if you want. GMT time setting. DST or daylight savings time is on. Battery warning is off. Battery saver is off. Self-test is off. Factory reset. If you want, you can reset this unit. Delete all mute. You can delete all the mute memory. Delete all user. Memory quota. Here's a version of a software. Now there is a new 1.37 that's out, so you can upgrade the software if you want. Here's a database version. And exit.
Exit.
So I've been using this Uniden R7 for a couple of months now, and overall I am happy with the performance of this radar detector. The ability to provide alerts for police radar is very good. Also, the directional arrow indicator is very helpful compared to the R3 that doesn't have it. However, there is one thing that I really don't like about this R7, and that is having the mute button on the side. Looking at the Uniden R3, with a mute button on the front, it's so much easier to press the mute button while you're driving. Whereas on the R7, the mute button's on the side, so while you're driving, the only way to access a button is to place your hand like this and press a side button. So it does make it a little bit more awkward to press a mute button while you're driving. And with the periodic false alerts you get with the K-band, the mute button is probably something you will press during your drive. Here's an example of the R7 detecting police radar. The sensitivity is very good and is able to give me alerts for police radar traps over a mile away. Police is right over there. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you're interested in getting a very good performing radar detector, you should definitely consider this Uniden R7. Now, if you don't want to spend so much, but still want a long-range radar detector, then I recommend you take a look at the Uniden R3. And I have done a full review of that unit. The retail price of the R7 is $499, and the price for the R3 is $299. If you want to learn more about these two radar detector, check out the links below. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this video. To support this channel, remember to click on thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you get notified of new videos.